that you have.
Thank you, and thank you, Robert Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez was just telling us how he came up with the whole idea of Machete in the first place.
Yeah, 1994, just before I did Desperado, when I met him, probably about a year before I met him, there was a friend of mine told me about a story he read that the U.S. government would sometimes hire like a Mexican federale for like 25 grand or something to come do a job that they thought was a lot of money. Would come do a job that was too deadly for their own agents to get killed on. So I thought, that's a cool character. I'd like to make like a Latin action hero who they think is expendable, but he's got all these special abilities and he goes and kicks everybody's butt. So when I met Danny, I told him, you one day will make a movie with me called Machete. And it turned out to be 15 years later, but
boy, man, it was a long time coming, but when it came well, right?
Yeah, but
right, guys?
We did 9 movies in between, so we built up to it slowly. Each movie would give him an extra line of dialogue, and then an extra line of dialogue.
What's so funny is that we started, and we did From Dusk to Dawn, and we did From Dusk to Dawn. Then he says, you want us to do Spy Kids, and we did Spy Kids.
I love Spy Kids.
Let's call him Machete. Let's call him Uncle Machete. So
he's literally Uncle Machete in my phone.
But that's where I met Alexa.
And then he started just bugging me all the time about, let's do a real Machete movie. Because we did the fake trailer for Grindhouse. And the people just went crazy for it. They'd never seen like a Mexican action hero in a mexploitation movie. They'd never seen anything like that. So they said, let's do a full movie. And so he would call me all the time. My phone was always ringing. And it would be Danny. I couldn't answer. I'd be like in a meeting and be calling. I said, Danny, we can't make the movie right now. I said, let's make the movie. We gotta make the movie. Everyone's bothering me. He would call all the time. And I said, don't even use the phone anymore. Just email me or text me. And he said, Machete don't text. I said, man, that's a good line, actually. And then right then, it crystallized for me that he embodied the character, and I realized what the character was when he said that. And that became one of the, Stephen King in Entertainment Weekly said that year, that was the line of the year, was the one that he came up with.
Nice, there it is. One thing that I got a question from, actually was just outside, and I have to ask you, how come you don't Stan Lee your movies? Like, how come you're not doing any cameos or anything like that, really, in your own films?
Oh, too busy operating the camera. Look, you got people like that. I mean, you have people like that. And a lot of times the role, someone said, is there any role in who you would want to play? It's like, no, not at all, because when you write the role, it's about this big. And then when you cast an actor, you're so inspired that you write more for them. Sofia Vergara was just, her character was very simple. And then when she got on board, I thought, well, the audience is going to expect her to be more outrageous. So machine gun bra, you'll see some other surprises she's carrying, she whips out all kinds of things, just so people would remember her being more iconic and live up to the actor themselves. So the parts really expand and go bonkers because of the people that get casted.
Alexa and I really find out, we don't even really pay that much attention to the script, because you got to, when she showed up, we're so used to seeing her, or knowing her from she was 11 years old. So when she's asking Robert, can you tell me?
No, like, I literally had to beg Robert to put me in this movie. I called him up and I was just like, hey, listen, I keep playing these like 16-year-old kids and it's really fun and I'm gonna milk it for as long as I can, but I'm just kind of ready to grow up a little bit. And I just want you to think of me for like any Sin City type movies. And he started laughing at me. He was like, no way. I'm like, what? And he goes, you're too young. I'm like, Robert, I'm 25 years old. I'm like, how old are you supposed to be to do those movies? And I finally convinced him. But the role in Machete was literally like a sentence long, and it was supposed to be cast right out of Austin for a local hire. And when I got there, I knew I just had to own it completely and feel very confident. And as soon as I put those chaps on and held that gun, she kind of came to life, and her role expanded from there. So
awesome.
You'll see what she became.
You'll see what she became. And she's going to give you a special little peek when she turns around at one point. You'll get an extra kick out of it, just to show you that she has grown up.
She's certainly not 11 anymore, right, guys? Beautiful. Okay, last one, because I know that they want to get the movie rolling. You guys are actually related, right, Danny?
Yeah, one time in Desperado, his family came to visit him, and my family came to visit me, and they were the same people. Hey, we're second cousins. But sure you enjoy the movie. It's a lot of fun. We decided to take the first movie and expand it and blow it up and put him on an international mission and make it more like an old James Bond movie like the Roger Moore era. And what's really fun about series in that era, that they got weirder and crazier as they went on. You know, by the part 3, say like Superman 3, Richard Pryor was in it, or Moonraker, Bond goes into space, and we thought, let's do part 2, but let's have a little bit of that weirdness of part 3. There might be a little bit of hint of part 3 in there. So you'll know what I mean when you get there. There's gonna be some weird stuff, but you're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a big fun movie, so have a good time.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen.